Happy Sunday to you. Hope it's going well. Thanks for the stop. We're going to start off here. Got a few stories for you. First one, the World Economic Forum, right? Lizard overlords known for, the Great Reset. Man, you'll own nothing and be happy about it. I know, you still have the people that's conspiracies, but as always, there it is. The dude posing with the book himself and the quote. You'll own nothing and fucking be happy about it, right? But them and their partners not only push this agenda, but it's all clouded under, we gotta protect you from climate changes. The fear-mongering fucking never ends, right? One of their largest partners, Arab Group, recently dropped a report stating that private car ownership has to come to an end, right? And, of course, it's because climate, and and after 50 years of failed predictions, we covered this recently as well. Fossil fuels running out in the 70s, acid rain killing all the crops in the 80s, the ozone layer being completely depleted in the 90s. No polar ice caps in the 2000s, and here we are. We're all going to die on the boiling earth, right? In the 2020s. They use this shit and claim that the only fucking cure is to reach net zeros, right? Net zeros, I've stated before, completely fucking impossible. As long as there's mammals on this planet, that need warmth for winter and need to cook food and release gas, there's, it's completely impossible, not to mention fucking carbon being essential for life on this planet, you yourself being a carbon-based life form, and of course trees taking in CO2 to exhale oxygen that you fucking breathe. You know what I'm saying? Of course they really don't dig science. They only support narratives because, science has just recently come out in just the past few years and shown that fossil fuels are not enough to set off some kind of climate fucking catastrophe and are a small portion of the uptick, right? But regardless, they feel that not only, should their plan impact your ability to travel, and also stating that the shared transport that will replace it needs to use less materials and be more efficient. In other words, it's going to be limited on where you can get on it and where it can take you, right? But, they also, want to control what you can do with as far as your clothes, textiles, and whatnot. Your energy use, and of course your food. Eat the bugs, right? Claiming that you got to find a replacement basically for animal protein and move to a more plant-based diet. In other words, be weak and effeminate, fucking with gynecomastia. But you want to know how this will be enforced by people that you can't even call bureaucrats because they're literally not attached to your government? Well, look no further than the Biden regime, right, that pushes you towards whatever these fucking lizards try to roll out. But they're also pushing back digital currencies attached to digital ID. That's also attached to a social credit score, right? And we've also covered that recently they came out and said that that this will give them the ability to control undesirable purchases, distinctly naming ammo, food, drugs, and porn, right? No escape from reality. Eat the bugs, and you damn sure can't defend yourself. It goes right along with the you'll own nothing and be happy about it. These people are complete lizard overlords and, enemy to the world's population. Fuck, debate me on it. All right. Next one. Here we go. Old Michigan, right? My fucking old stomping grounds here. 2020 election, battleground state, it was one of the ones where anomalies were picked up, and recently it's been released that their alternate electors that tried to verify that Trump schools won the election are being charged with fucking felonies, right? Even though, that's alternate electors have been used in the past by Democrats, right? On multiple occasions. But of course, they claim tote the line, most secure, greatest elections of all times. But under the scheme, there is criminal investigations happening. One of which was taking place in a criminal forensic study. By Specklin Forensics, right? That are national forensics experts that have been involved in congressional testimony and many court cases throughout the years, and they are reporting that they have found 34,000 illegal votes in Michigan, and for the 2020 election, especially pertaining to absentee mail-in ballots. We know how that went. They used the C-1984 as reasoning to send unrequested absentee ballots to pretty much everybody, with large portions of people, including myself and my wife, reporting that they received more than one ballot for the same election cycle. Pretty easy to see why they're trying to bring back the C-1984 bullshit and pushing Biden to declare a climate emergency that would give them the same powers granted under that previous emergency, right? So, if you can't win, fucking cheat. I mean, it seems to be modus operandi, and I love that's conspiracy. But even as far as like here in Arizona, we know with the Kerry Lake case, plenty of anomalies. Not to mention tens of thousands of fucking illegal ballots as far as signature verification goes and whatnot. And tabulators, 50% not working in the largest voting county in the state on election day. I mean, you can just keep going. It's all been, honking fortification fucking bullshit. And they're definitely not going to stop. The indictments with Trumpsicles are not working. So look forward to a hell of a lot more of this. All right. Next one here. Canada, right? Known for clown world fucking malarkey with their Cuban hobbit fucking dictator up there. Pushing the LGBTQ dinosaur, plus sign fucking, bullshit ideology. And just becoming an effeminate country with outlawing the purchase of firearms and ammo and so forth. You can't even protest there without getting your bank account shut down. And, the list just keeps going. They've also, in recent time here, rolled out their MAID program, which stands for Medical Assistance in Dying. And they've been granting requests for some of the most ludicrous shit, and not only requests, but actually pushing it on people for reasons such as depression and long waiting lists for chair lifts for semi-paralyzed patients. Fuck, right? But, apparently it's, it only goes so far, and I'm sure you're going to see why, right? So Turned Down is an indigenous fucking, a trans woman, right? Calling himself fucking Lois Cardinal, again, indigenous from the reservation up there, and basically applied for the MAID program due to being in constant discomfort and pain due to its neo-vaginas, right? The man-made maggot-filled axe gash has been given this problems for years after the original surgery, right? It's claiming that death would be much more preferable to a constant life of pain and infection and yada yada. But of course, they turned it down. Because they don't want to fuck with the narrative, right? That one, that this surgery is good for you and it's safe, and two, that it fixes the problems. When statistically we know that's not the case. I can only go so far in that because unlike the previous segment there, this one not protected under the old Jews tubes here. But so you can. You can get suicide, basically assisted suicide for depression and autism, right? But not for constant pain for genital mutilation. Fucking clown world shit, right? Moving on, in a congressional hearing on the dereliction of duty by one old Alejandro Mayorkas, piece of shit lizard, it was shown that through testimony and whatnot, that more illegals have crossed the border under his watch than the Obama and Trump admins combined. Again, that reverts back to the old UN charter with replacement, not to mention the New York Times fucking article, "We can replace them." Go ahead and look in the archives for yourself, archive.today, it's there for you. And where it tells you that this isn't a theory, but it's, it's an actual push, and if this doesn't fucking let you know that, I don't know what else will. This all comes about just again through the Biden admin, since Mayorkas has been there, and leftist Democrats like to claim here in recent months that there's been a downtick as far as interactions at the border, right? And that's because they're being allowed to walk through fucking ports of entry, right? They rolled out Mayorkas's Fast Pass fucking app, where basically all you have to do is claim that you're coming to file for asylum, and they let you on in, right? And regardless of what these bleeding heart fucking retards like to tell you, having economic woes in one's country does not make one an asylee, right? And it sure as fuck doesn't put my country on the hook for taking care of you. And regardless of they're hard workers, they're just looking for a better life. I mean, statistically, that's not the case when you take into consideration that it's a net loss for every single state as far as immigrant population is concerned. All right. And they love to make the claim like, they're contributing, but you can see that's not the case, man. You can see how much they bring in and how much they actually cost the state. And it's not just through the normal, social net programs. It's also through education of, non-English speaking children, through regular fucking, healthcare, what have you, school lunch programs. I mean, the list just keeps going. And I know everyone likes to, it's going to be monsters. You're heartless. Man, protecting one's country and preserving one's people and culture is the furthest thing from heartless. As a matter of fact, it's heartful, because, obviously, you feel this way. It's not like you know everybody around you. Fuck, I don't know most of my neighbors, but I don't want to see them be replaced, lose things, have their wages kept fucking artificially low, so on and so forth. And, and even with, even if it was the case that, the border crossings were actually on a downtrend, that doesn't seem to escape the fact that literally thousands of pounds of fentanyl has been captured crossing the border, and that's just what's been captured, right? And we know that tens of thousands of people are dying a year due to this shit, mostly young people, right up there with car accidents for the number one cause of death, right? Fucking the old fentanyls, okay? But, again, this is all under Mayorkas' fucking tenure. This guy is an open borders advocate, a foreigner himself, and just an overall piece of straight lizard shit. You guys tell me what you think. Come by, like, share, subscribe, argue, debate, tell me to fuck off. Smell you later.